me, Mikeself and I. It's me, Mikeself and I. Me, Mikeself and I. It's me, Mikeself and I.
Ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, kids of all ages, it's time for your weekly Fix of Funny. Broadcasting on radio in Fort Bragg, 107.7 FM, KNYO. Grab a mimosa, take your pants off, and treat yourself to the sexy bald man who makes you tingle in your special place. I was talking about your heart. He's wrong, but he's so right. He's brilliant, he's insightful, but also at times he's got the intelligence of a cup of dirt. Here we go, it's the Me, Mikeself and I show, starring Mike Bencard!
Alright, music shut up. Hello. Hello, 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 hello. Welcome to another exciting episode of Me, Mikeself and I am your host, Mike Betancourt. You are listening to another exciting episode. I already said that, but this is episode 106. What happened to all the Spanish? Well, you know what? I had to drop it because it was getting longer and I was running out of room whenever I type it down and it was looking sloppy. So I finally went to English. I went to EP 106. That means episode 106. 106. So you're listening to 106 episode right here, right now. Right now, as you're listening to it, it's progressing into your ear right now. Like a bunch of murderous hornets about to kill you with their spiked stingers. So anyways, hello, Fort Bragg. How are you? And hello to the rest of the MMikers. I hope each and every one of you are doing well during this pandemic. I don't know how I can possibly say you're doing well in a pandemic because it's a pandemic. It sucks. We're stuck in and people are working. The essential people are working. The other people are stuck at home, quarantine. Unemployment's at an all-time high. And our president is who he is. And everyone around him either loves him and hates him. And the whole world is coming apart. But hey, there's blue skies. And the water is fresh. And the air is clean. So Mother Earth is just disinfecting everything else. So whatever. Just let's keep dealing with this. Our society will may not get back to what it was before COVID-19. But you know what? We will progress after COVID-19. So all the wonderful stores and shops, hang in there. I'm sure you're going to come back to work. I know we're almost there. We're almost off of quarantine. What are you going to do when you get off of quarantine? Huh? What's all the small businesses going to do? I'm curious. Are people just going to go completely batshit crazy? Excuse me for cursing, but are they going to go crazy? Are they just going to go completely nuts and just go, just go, we're out of quarantine, let's go, and just run in the streets and just light up fireworks and blow stuff up? Is it going to be a pandemonium after the Super Bowl or after a baseball World Series game? Is it going to be crazy like that? Are we going to be flipping cars over and lighting stuff on fire because humanity is finally outside? We're outside! Once everything's all destructed. And you know, one thing I don't want to go back to normal is the traffic. I really don't want traffic to go back to normal. And here's the thing that I don't understand, MMikers. I don't understand. We've been quarantined for almost since March. It's May. Has anyone been working on the infrastructures? This is the perfect time to be working on your roads, America. If you're worried about people unemployed, You could easily shut down the highways and have a ton of people inexperienced be hauling concrete and fixing all the infrastructures and all the roads right now. But then once everyone gets back to work, everyone's gonna be, oh, that's when, if we ever get back to the new normal, if we ever get back to the original normal, this is what's gonna happen. The country's gonna be back to work, and the infrastructure is gonna be back to work, and they're gonna shut down the freeway while people are driving, and they're gonna be late for work, and they're gonna be stuck in traffic. It's gonna be. I think they do that. I think the only time infrastructures and roads need to be fixed is when people are driving. Because you had 2 months, 3 solid months of people not driving. This is the best time to fix your roads, America, and that keeps people employed. Because if you're 6 feet away from people, you can drop all this wonderful concrete, whatever. I'm done. I don't want this podcast to be that type of podcast, So I'm done. I'm done talking about it. I'm just gonna look at. You can't look, but you can listen. Listen to that. You hear that? That's me moving on to the next topic. So, and the next topic is, hey, how was your Mother's Day? Did you take your Happy Mother's Day to all the wonderful mothers out there that raised us, that encouraged us, that believed in us, that loved us? Thank you so much for everything that you've done. I'm sure you had moms. I know you had a wonderful Mother's Day because people were very happy to see you this Mother's Day. They were. They was like, well, can we break COVID-19 to see everybody? I'm sure they did, and they did, and they did. So, yeah, happy Mother's Day. But it sucks because there's a lot of crappy moms out there that still have this entitlement. I haven't seen you in 6 weeks, and I'm a horrible drug addict, and I don't care about you, but it's Mother's Day. You're supposed to respect your mom. Not if a mom's like that, Oh, God. I just can't stand bad moms getting credit for credit isn't due. I can't stand that. Look at me. It's my day. The whole rest of the year, I don't take care of my children. I don't feed them. I don't clothe them. I don't nurture them. I don't take care of them. I don't do anything about anyone, about anything. But it's my day. And the reason why I'm saying this is because my sister acts like that, okay? I don't think if you guys, I remember, I don't know if you remember this, but the last time we talked, I talked about my sister, and, her and I had an argument, and she, hung up on me, and she continues to block me, but then, it's going to get hot again. She's going to come over to the house and want to hang out, and, oh my God, through the powerful, wonderful thing of Facebook, she took a selfie of herself in a bikini, in a scandalous bikini, on Mother's Day. On Mother's Day. Sunday. On Mother's Day. Do you really need to do that, sis? You couldn't wait until Monday? Couldn't that be like your Motivation Monday workout routine? You could do it on Taco Tuesday or Women Crush Wednesday or Throwback Thursday or Friday Night Friday, whatever. You could have done it any of the days. First of all, you're doing a scantily clad picture on the Lord's Day. On top of that, you're doing it on Mother's Day. And she, what do you do? Look at me. I'm so hot. It's called Mother's Day, not Mud Whore's Day. That's a good one, huh? That's a good one. So if you see a mom on Mother's Day doing some scantily clad pictures because they want the attention, like my sister, I'm not a good mom, but I am a mom. Focus on me on Mother's Day. It's Mud Whore's Day. Okay, all right, I'm done. I'm done talking about that. I'm done. I don't want to give her any more attention unless she pisses me off, which she will because she's my sister. And she's dating somebody now. And I'm not supposed to know about it, but I know everything about her because she's stupid enough to text my wife. My wife tells me everything. So I know everything about what she's doing. And the best part is she blocked me on Facebook, so she's not going to hear any of this right now. So I want, if you know my sister and you're listening to this podcast, I want you to text her or email her or send her a Facebook message and say, hey, how was your mud whores day? All right. I'm done. Gotta move on to the next thing. And the next thing right now is it's that time of the week, ladies and gentlemen. Every single week I come out here and I support small businesses. Me, myself, and I supports you. So this week we support Dreaming Dog Brewery. Yes, ladies and gentlemen, Dreaming Dog Brewery is a wonderful tap house in Elk Grove, California. I also produce my Top Dog comedy shows. So we're going to take a quick Mikeself break. And you're going to hear this awesome commercial. And then we'll talk more about Dreaming Dog Brewery. And then we'll just move on for the rest of the thing that we're talking about. I have no idea what I just said right there, but I tongue-tied. I moved on. And so let's go on with a Mikeself break, and then we'll continue this wonderful show. So listen to the commercial I made for Dreaming Dog Brewery. Enjoy.
Hello, my name is Dickens, and I'm a dog. Bow wow! My mom and dad are the owners of Dreaming Dog Brewery. They have delicious beers such as Elk Grove Canine Lager, Saison de Mesquite, and my personal favorite, the English Bulldog IPA. Bow wow! What's great about Dreaming Dog Brewery is they give back to the community. They have food drives for the homeless, car shows to raise money for fallen police officers, and other charity events. Oh my goodness, I forgot to mention that Dreaming Dog Brewery allows dogs inside their establishment. That means you can have a beer and your dog can play with me, Dickens. So come on over to Dreaming Dog Brewery. It's your new best friend. Bow wow!
And we are back. So, what do you think? You like Dreaming Dog Brewery? You like the commercial? My name is Dickens, and I'm a dog. Bow wow! I met Dickens. He's a beautiful, beautiful dog. And you know what? Thank you, Dreaming Dog Brewery, for believing in me as well, and believing in comedy and believing Top Dog comedy. Dreaming Dog Brewery is the establishment, the home of Top Dog comedy. And you know, when I first started producing shows there, I didn't think it was going to sell out. I didn't think it was going to be a big thing. I didn't think of anything. And it is. It became this phenom here in Elk Grove. Sold out shows. People loved it. All the comics that I booked absolutely appreciated it. They're like, dude, Mike, I just said hello and people started laughing. It's amazing. And this place was packed. 70 to 100 people packed. Every time I produced it on a Saturday night, packed to the brim. I had amazing comics. I had Ngayo Beelam, Kristen Frisk, Wendy Lewis, Chicago Steve Barkley, Anthony Kay, Saul Trujillo, Roto Ramon, Roman Guzman, and Nick Larson. I had all these comics help me out and come out and bring their best material and make this wonderful establishment a hot commodity for comedy. It's absolutely amazing. And then COVID-19 came, and I had a show last week. I was supposed to have a show last week with another stacked lineup. I called it Top Dog Comedy, Mother Effin' Funny, because it was supposed to be the day before Mother's Day. And I had to postpone it because, you know, who wants to die? You know, I love stand-up comedy. I love comedy. I love being at the live essence of comedy. I love being around it. I love hearing the laughter. I love making people laugh. I love being on stage. It's fun. It's a livelihood. It's everything. But I'm not going to die if there's if there's no vaccine. I'm sorry. I'm not gonna do, and I refuse. I refuse to do a Zoom comedy show or a sit-down Zoomity show, whatever you call it. I don't want to do it. It's not stand-up comedy. Call it anything else. Call it a vlogging. Call it. But if you've noticed, there's a lot of Zoom comedy shows in your area, and a bunch of comics are in their office or in their house, and they're doing a selfie video, and they all look sloppy, and there's bad lighting, and you see their earbuds, and they're like, hey guys, I got some jokes I've written over the time we've been stuck in this pandemic, and everyone has the same COVID-19 joke, and it's just constant over and over and over. And that's not, I'm sorry, stand-up comedy is not on Zoom. It doesn't exist on Zoom, okay? The reason why stand-up comedy does not work on Zoom is because you're missing the element of laughter. You're missing the element of feeling the laughter. You're missing the element of just being out and about, dressed up and going out and going out on a date or reconnecting your relationship and going to comedy and just laughing and feeling laughter all around you, and just having drinks, and a drink spills or something like that during the comic's punchline, and the comic has to figure out something funny to say and just get right back on track, or someone gets mad over a stupid joke and then the comic has to shut them down. It's just so many different elements that you lose in Zoom. You lose all that in Zoom. It's very amateurish. It's like, hey guys, hey, how you guys doing? Quarantine. And you see, what's worse is when you see people's faces. You see their reactions. They just look at the webcam and they go, and these comics are working. I'm not saying these comics suck, okay? These comics are working hard to make you laugh, and they're just going, thumbs up. Here's a thumbs up. Here's a smiley face. That dude's funny. She's hilarious. Ugh, no thank you. I refuse to throw myself into that realm because it's not real. There's not the essence. You don't feel the laughter. You don't feel anything. It's dead. It's just dead. It's mind-numbing. It's dead. There's no connection with anyone. And comics, I guess, comics are doing it to stay sharp. I get that. They're doing it to stay sharp and stay relevant and stay in the eye. But do a vlog, do podcast, go do something else. But don't do Zoom comedy. Okay? Don't do sit down Zoomity. Don't do it. It's not worth it. Go write a million jokes. Go do something. Don't do it. It's fake. It's not fake. It's just not lively. There's nothing. You don't feel laughter. I've watched a couple of Zoom shows, and it just feels really painful. It feels painful because I'm a comic and I'm watching another comic giving their best through the webcam, and there's zero feedback. And then people go, okay, let's go to the next comic. Or it's some laughter. Or sure, even if everyone's laughing and you're having a good time. What if you crack the code and everyone's laughing and having a great time and enjoying themselves? But there's still that separation. There's still that separation that you will never get with a live audience. A live audience, there's not a webcam, there's no headphones, there's no wires, there's no time limit. There's real. It's real. It's cerebral. It has that edge. That's what stand-up comedy is all about. Stand-up comedy has that edge. You know? Trust me, I can't wait to go back to do stand-up comedy, but I'm not going to do it right now. I don't want you to die, and I don't want to die. So, we gotta be tough with your immune system. No, once we get a vaccine, then we'll talk. This virus is not gonna stop yet. Is there anyone not thinking about the flu season coming in wintertime? The second wave of COVID is coming. The people are so focused right now on I gotta get out, I gotta get out, I gotta get out. We gotta get out, we gotta get out. I need a haircut. I get the people with jobs. You lose your house. I understand that. I understand that. I hope you get your jobs. I hope everyone works hard. Get back to work. I understand that. But go to work, go home. Okay? Until we have a vaccine. And then people just pack. What's going to happen is going to be everything that we've worked so hard for the last 3 months is going to go right down the drain. Because as soon as America is released, we're all going to pack the beaches. We're going to pack everything. Everything's going to be packed again. Everyone's going to be coughing on each other. And, COVID, who cares? If we all have it, then none of us have it. Blah, 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 blah. Oh, all right. I'm done talking about that. But anyways, I'm looking forward to coming back to Sam Economy, is what I was trying to say. Boil it down to that. So, all right, ladies and gentlemen. You know what? I feel terrible talking about COVID-19. I hate talking about it. I really do. I know it's a part of our lives right now. And what you see with the president and him being nasty to reporters, no one's giving the right explanation, and people defending the president because he's the right thing for, it's just constant. So right now, let's just take a deep breath before I move on. Let's just take a deep breath. Ready? Because it's time for good news. Yes, I'm sick and tired of all the bad stuff in the world, but right now we are going to focus on good news. And the good news for today is a hero teen is rewarded for returning $135,000 he found next to an ATM machine. Yes, a trip to the bank's ATM machine is usually a mundane affair, but for Jose Nunez Ramirez, his visit on Saturday is one that he will remember for the rest of his life. A 19-year-old was helping his grandfather buy a pair of socks online when he noticed his balance was low. So he drove to the nearest Wells Fargo's home in Albuquerque. Little did he know he was about to make an incredible discovery. When he arrived to make his deposit, Jose noticed a clear plastic bag on the ground filled with cash. It turned out to be $135,000 worth of $50 and $20 bills. When I first saw it, I just stared at it for a few seconds, not knowing what to do. I was very shocked. I've never seen so much before in my life. And the story just goes on how we've returned every single dollar amount back to the police. And the chief of police gave him this reward because he's been studying to become a police officer, and he truly loves what he's doing. And they rewarded him, and it belonged to a small business that was depositing their money. That right there alone, ladies and gentlemen, that right there should be humanity. First of all, you know how Donald Trump says these Mexicans, they're taking our lives, they're taking our jobs and blah, blah. Look, if I want someone to take my job, I will have Jose Nunez Ramirez take my job. Because I would have taken that money and ran. I would have been that horrible Mexican that Donald Trump says they are. I would have fit that profile minus the raping and killing. But I would have taken that money and ran. Not even, I would have been like, actually I would just kick it over. I wouldn't look down in front of the camera on ATM because I've seen a lot of the Law and Order's SVU. I've seen a lot of episodes, and you're not supposed to look directly at the camera. So, but the camera's facing you. It's not facing on the ground. So if I picked it up in front of the ATM, they would know I would stole it. I would have just slightly kicked it over and pretend I'm depositing my money and pick it up and take that money and go do something with it. That's what $135,000. $135,000, ladies and gentlemen. A 19-year-old kid doing the absolutely most amazing thing when I was 19, I would have went crazy. I'm 38 right now. I would have still done the same. I would have still taken it. I would still take the money. But he didn't, because he knew it was wrong. Even with the COVID-19, even with all this distraction, even with everything like that, I would still take the money. But he didn't. He didn't take the money because he knew it belonged to someone else. He just knew. Of course he knew. It's right there. Of course it belonged to someone else. He has a good heart. He's 19 years old. You know? I just want to say thank you, Jose. First of all, thank you for being Mexican. Thank you for proving Donald Trump wrong. And thank you for returning that money. And thank you for you're going to be getting into law enforcement. May you be the best police officer possible. May you arrest all the terrible human beings that are out there. And may you protect us all. Thank you for everything that you've done. I really appreciate that. And that right there, ladies and gentlemen, is your good news. Because that right there is good news. I mean, how amazing is that? You know, you return money, you feel good about yourself, and the universe is going to reward you. That's the thing. When there's temptation in life, I mean, come on, $135,000 is not. If it's not the biggest temptation in the world, I have no idea what is. I really don't. It's just dangling. God was literally dangling that carrot in front of him. Go ahead. America hates you. The president doesn't like you. You have money. Go ahead and take it. I'm giving you this opportunity. And he said, no, I will not take this money. I will give it back, and I will arrest Donald Trump when I'm older. Oh, thank you. Thank you, Jose. I've learned a lot from you, and I'm, like I said, I'm an old man, and I'm learning from a 19-year-old kid. You know? So, I hope you have a good time with your life, Jose, with you and your family. So, all right, ladies and gentlemen, I'm going to end the show a little bit early. We're going to get going because, you know, it's time to move on. I'm sorry, I ran out of ideas and funny things to say. And no, I'm not dragging it along until I find something amazing to say and leave off on a high note. I don't do that all the time. I'm just talking right now until I find something special to say. But seriously, folks, thank you so much for listening to this show. I really appreciate it, each and every one of you. Make sure you support this podcast. Tell your friends about this podcast. And you'll see me at a live comedy show soon. You won't see me on Zoom comedy. The only time I'll have it, you know what? I will have a Zoom conference call for my podcast. I need to. You need that we need that for each other. But I can't do stand-up comedy on there. It just doesn't fit. Music works, sketch comedy works, poetry works, everything else works. Even having a funny conversation works. All that stuff works. It works, but stand-up doesn't. It just doesn't. But don't worry. Once we get lifted from this quarantine, and it's time to see me live again, we will see each other live. We will rejoice. We will have a great time. And if you see $135,000, freaking kick me over $5,000. That's all I'm asking for. All right, ladies and gentlemen, I'm going to get out of here, MMikers. Make sure you subscribe. Again, subscribe to this podcast. Tell everyone about this podcast. It means a lot that you are a part of this. And I think it's time. Ladies and gentlemen. Are you ready? Because I'm ready. I think it's time. You ready? Here we go. It's time to salsa, 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 salsa. Hey, 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 hey. Salsa, yeah. Salsa. Salsa? Where's the salsa? Oh my God, where's my salsa? Has anyone found the salsa? Where is the salsa? I can't find it. Is it over here? Where's it? Nope. How are we gonna close this if we don't have salsa? If we don't have salsa, where is it? I don't see it. I don't know where it's at. I can't find it. How am I gonna end this show without
It's
salsa?
me, Mikeself and I.
Hello? I'm talking to you. No, not you. The one that's listening. No. The man. No. You. You. Yes. Yes, you. The one that's listening right now. Where's your salsa? You don't have any salsa? You